Good morning. This is not usual life, and I don't know how long this is gonna last. I just need to vent. But I don't think if I put vent on the title, um, YouTube is gonna be very nice to me, and there's probably not gonna be anybody here. Um, but I needed to get some stuff off my chest, so if this thing works, my computer's giving me a hard time, so I don't even know. Really? Are you actually? Yeah, you are. Hey, Lily. Hi, Beauty. Hi, Poisonous. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Mimi. Shit. Hold on. I'm trying to make this look professional. It's not happening today. Hi, Shelby. I'm not. I was going to make a video, but I have this bad habit that I really hate it when I make videos and I don't give it to the patrons first because at the end of the day, they pay for it. So they should get it first. And then I decided, I know you're not, sweetheart. Nobody is. I mean, let's be honest. Hey, Frog. Hey, Shitty. Yeah, it's cute. It's a cute background. So here's what happened. I couldn't sleep last night for reasons that have nothing to do with what's going on in the planet. But I have this habit when I can't sleep, I go into Twitter. Hi, Sandy. And that was a mistake. Now, I'm in the midst of a conundrum because if you were here yesterday, you know that I said I was going to start posting on everywhere, not just the channels, but everywhere, starting on Monday. And I tend to suck up the energy out of things. Like if the energy in the room is a certain way, I will suck it up, which if I'm happy and everybody's happy, it's fine. But when it's not, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense or not. And I'm having a hard time. I got to be honest with you. I'm having a really hard time. I know there's a lot of people. And by the way, let me be very clear. Hi, El. Seen your video yesterday, but you took it down. How come? I'll tell you in a second. Hold on, because I'm trying to read what you guys are saying. My mind couldn't take it. There's several reasons why I'm having mixed feelings. That's one of them. You want to support. I'm being Latino. I know that I have black blood, but I will never experience what black men face in the daily basis here in the US. That doesn't mean I haven't experienced racism at all. But by the same token, I can't handle that much crazy in my life right now. So I feel very conflicted because I want to help. I have shared as much as I can of what's going on so that other people can see it. But by the same token, and I realize tomorrow there's a blackout and we're not supposed to be there unless we're going to repost whatever. I'm not even going to be on Twitter tomorrow. I'm taking the day off from Twitter and probably from social media, except for recording and whatnot. But again, I feel conflicted because do I keep posting content so that I can help people get their mind off, even if it's just for 5 minutes? Or do I post about the situation? Now, I don't care because there's 3 channels that are not monetized. So if I want to put stuff that has to do with the situation, I can do it there and I can just share it on the community page here. It's a lot. And I can't handle anything right now. I don't even want to be alive right now. Shelby, don't say that. I know the feeling. I know the feeling, sweetheart. And the only thing I can tell you, because it's the only thing that works for me, everything is temporary. I know you're having it rough, and I know you feel like you don't know where to go. And I've seen what happened, and I've seen what happened on social media, not in your life, obviously. All I can tell you is my suggestion, and I know you're not going to take it because you're stubborn like me, but my suggestion is turn the freaking phone off for a couple days, because it worked for me. Because you need some time and some space to figure out what you want to do and where you want to go, if that makes sense. But don't say it, because I know that feeling too damn well, and you know that I know. And we gotta figure it out. I mean, my even though you unfriended me on Twitter, um, my DMs are open. So if you need to talk, you can talk to me. It's okay. We can figure it out. I don't know what's gonna happen. Not in your personal life, not on social media. But hi Cleo. But I'll be more than happy to help you if you need me, because I adore you. I don't care what you think. I adore you. So just think about it. Just think about it. There are days when I think everybody hates me. Even people that tell me that they love me, that they hate me. And sometimes it's really hard to get up in the morning. Even now that I don't have the pains that I used to have, I still have pains. And like I was saying a couple of weeks ago, every once in a while I'll wake up with pain and think, oh shit, this crap is coming back. So yeah. But this whole situation that's happening now is really, really, really tough. And when you're already going through it, which I'm assuming that's what's happening to you because it's happening to me, you're already going through it personally, and then you get hi Leah, then you get all this other stuff going on in the world right now. And the one thing that nobody's talking about, but I'm going to say it because it's going to happen, unfortunately. Y'all are concerned about the looting, the police brutality, and all that other stuff. You know what I'm concerned about? This is the second wave. Because everybody forgot about Corona for 5 minutes because they were protesting. This is the second wave. It's coming because all of those people got exposed to it. And unfortunately, just like the first wave hit POC more than it hit white people, it's going to happen again. What are we going to do? Because if we have to lock ourselves out for 3 more months or 2 more months or another month, and I don't know if you've seen the numbers, but in Florida yesterday was one of the highest days. And we're supposed to have a demonstration today in Miami, which happens to be the epicenter here in Florida. I don't know what to tell you. I know, Mimi. I know. Don't apologize, sweetheart. It's okay. It happens. I'm sorry I have to run working in the yard today. Bye, Shitty. You'll have a wonderful day and keep your chins up. Yes, so should you, sweetheart. My friends act like I'm Chicken Little screaming that the sky is falling, but God's I'm devastated. I read what you wrote on Twitter, sweetie. I know the feeling because, to give you an example, I live with a very conservative Republican person, and he doesn't understand the looting. And his very Democrat family, because, by the way, my husband comes from a family of Democrats, which is really ironic. They don't understand it either. And what people need to understand is, unfortunately, and this is a reality of life, people don't pay attention until somebody's either dead or injured. Y'all are going through this now. In Puerto Rico, we went through this already. The day that they were talking about the undercover police officer that was starting riots in in I keep forgetting the name of the town. So, but where George Floyd is from. We had a situation like that in Puerto Rico. We had a police officer that went undercover to an organization of people that wanted independence for Puerto Rico, and he convinced these two kids to knock out High Bacon. He convinced these two kids, thank you, Lily, Minneapolis. He convinced these two kids to go and bring down this communication tower. Back in the days when there were no cell phones or anything like that, we had the communication towers that gave sound waves for radio and TV. And he convinced these two kids to go with him, and it was an ambush. And the kids were kneeling in front of the cops, and the cops butchered them. In the middle of a big celebration in Puerto Rico. I'm thinking it was July 25th, because July 25th is the day that the Americans invaded Spanish-occupied Puerto Rico. Or maybe it was 4th of July. I can't remember what the day was, but I do remember that they got ambushed and they got slaughtered. And, you know, it was heartbreaking to watch this whole thing go down, because in the end, the undercover cop who was boasting about his big catch, which he led them there, he convinced them to do it. The only problem he had that he didn't think about is that one of those children, because they were kids, they were 18. One of those children, I don't even think they were, well, maybe they were 17, 18. They were college students. One of those children was the family member of a big politician, independentista, who was going to investigate until he got to the bottom of it. A lot of people lost their jobs thanks to that trial. And before there was O.J. Simpson trial on TV, we had all of that on TV, because they went through the government and they had the hearings with the Senate and whatnot. And that whole thing, I mean, everybody was glued to the TV when this happened. And if you're wondering what happened to the undercover cop, he died in front of his mother because somebody drove by his house and killed him after everything was said and done. After it was proven that he was the one who had the idea and he's the one who decided to do that. So I spent my morning arguing with people to separate the protesters from the looters. The looters are opportunistic. They are not the same. Yeah, but even if they're not the same, okay, let me explain something. I don't agree with looting, okay? Let me make that very clear. I don't agree with looting. I'm not surprised, though. Because unfortunately, until big pockets get affected, nothing gets done. It is what it is. If you didn't notice, it is my understanding that the CEO of Target said, I can rebuild the store. We can't bring George Floyd back. And that's the guy that runs the store. The first store that got looted. Very unfortunate to say that it is a reality of life that until big pockets are not affected, nothing gets done. It is what it is. And happy news, as of this morning, my oldest baby is officially enrolled as a college student. Congratulations, Poisonous. That's awesome. Yeah, we need more good news. Definitely. Excuse me, I'm quitting smoking and I'm getting smoker's cold. If you know what that is, if you quit smoking, you know what it is. I'm almost done with my cigarettes. I have 4 left. I picked a bad day to quit smoking. Possessions can be replaced, lives can. And more importantly, and again, I want to make this clear, I don't agree with looting. Let's be clear, though. The way that has been handled, as opposed to the way the abuse towards Black people has been handled, I'm sorry. But yeah, no. Hi, Nessa. You did? I know I can. I just, for some reason, every time I say I'm going to quit, something really bad happens. It is like, oh my God, why did I quit? So hopefully this time I can do it. Honey, I'm not gonna live that long, so I can't. And I'm not saying I'm gonna quit smoking. What I'm saying is I'm not gonna live that long. I support the protest 100%. I really wish that they were being safe and wearing masks. I don't know if you saw the video yesterday, but there was one of the protests. They had masks and the cops were ripping them off. I mean, here's the thing. You have protesters that are doing peaceful protests. Then you have the looters who are basically giving white people an excuse to be assholes. Then you have the cops being horrible to peaceful protesters as well as looters, which of course makes black people say, see, I told you there is no such thing as a good cop. Everybody's just going insane. And I realize that part of it has to do with the fact that we've all been locked in for so long that it just adds fuel to the fire. People can deny it all they want, but it is adding fuel to the fire. Hey, Lorna. To be of the mindset that once your protest becomes violent, then your message is clouded. But right now, I feel like it is needed to step as no one is listening. I absolutely agree with you. And that's yet another reason why I feel conflicted. Because I understand that looting is not the way. But who the hell am I to tell people not to do what they're doing when they're not being listened to? Somebody posted something. Somebody posted something. I'm trying to remember who did, and you guys probably know better than I do. But somebody said, when Colin Kaepernick took the knee, peaceful protest, blah blah blah. Now they're looting. They're horrible people. They can't win. No matter how they protest, they can't win. I mean, let's get real for a second. Martin Luther King was a peaceful protester who got a lot accomplished, but what happened to him? I mean, he didn't die of old age after a very successful life, did he? It's like there's no winning right now, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing. Then you have this person, and I don't know who the person is, and please don't go looking for who this person is because it's irrelevant who they are. What I want you to keep in mind is the mindset. This person is Latino, like me, light-skinned, and had the goal to say not only that she was black, but that she was going to tell all the black people how to think and how to feel about this. And I'm sitting there like, I have no intention of minimizing what white presenting his Latinos go through, because I know I've been through hell, literally. I mean, as soon as I open my mouth, as soon as I say my name, because I have no intention of saying Nunez, I say Nunez because that's my last name. And the other ones, because there's more than one, if you're Hispanic, you know what I mean. I use all my R's and all my Ñ's and all my things. And the thing about it, and if you're wondering, Rox, you're doxing yourself, the fuck doesn't matter. I've already been doxed 3 times, so it doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, I've been through hell. I have been discriminated. I've been fired from a job as soon as people found out I was Puerto Rican. I have been discriminated against at work for being Puerto Rican and for being a woman and for being over 40. When I was in my 20s, people would be very racist towards me. I had people ask me the most obnoxious questions in the name of knowledge, when you know damn well what they're trying is to make you look bad because you're Puerto Rican. I had people ask me if there were streets in Puerto Rico, because it looks like you walk on dirt roads. And I'm like, you're an idiot. We actually have several highways, so I don't know what your problem is. Um, I've had every conceivable. I told you guys yesterday I got chased out of around a store by a very big white person. And when I say I don't call myself white, and I said this yesterday and I have to repeat it today, it's not because I'm embarrassed that I am light skinned, because I don't care. The reason why I say it is because I have my own heritage and I expect my heritage to be respected. Having said that, two things. Number one, I'm not a dark skinned young man in the United States. Those are the targets. So no, I will never know what it's like to be that. Number two, and this one to me is more important. The fact that I know that I have African blood, even though I don't consider myself black because I am light skinned, means that I actually understand and feel for people that are being mistreated right now and have been mistreated for centuries. And we all have. Because if you think Puerto Ricans were treated right in our own country by American people, you're insane. But every time I see a Latino use their light skin to claim that this doesn't affect them, first of all, they're lying to themselves and they're lying to the rest of the people. It does. My family, like I said yesterday, we have every color in the rainbow. We have people that are blonde, blue-eyed. We have people that are very light skinned and have black hair. And by black, I mean African hair, not black in color, although there is that too. We have people that are very dark skinned. We have people that are lighter skinned but are not as light as me. We have everything. And if you don't think that, I bet you have, Mimi. And that's another thing. There's bye, Nessa. Be safe, because we're still not out of the Rona thing. So be safe. Government came, took all mom's land of the reservation. Yeah. It's not just, and that's another thing that I have a problem with. Is, oh, well, this is just about black people. No, it's not. We have a history in this country of people of a certain race thinking that they're better than everybody else. And unfortunately, and this is something that cracks me up to a point, every time I see a white Latino involved with, for example, the KKK, I'm like, do you understand that you're the token and that what's going to happen to you is when they have something serious that they want to send a sacrificial lamb, you're it, because they don't care about you. You're expendable because you're not real white. You're not Aryan like they are. And I feel bad for people who think that this doesn't affect them. And even white people know that this affects them because they actually have a heart and they're actually nice. Hey, Gertie, they're definitely, I'm just baffled by the whole thing. And I know I said I was not going to talk about it, but today I'm talking about it because I just can't hold it in anymore. Oh my God. I have to be right back. Give me a second because somebody's knocking at the door. Sorry, I got mail. And they knocked on the door. My husband's working in the front, so he cannot have people knocking on the door. The Hate You Give, watch Black Man, watch Amazing Grace. There's a book, and I forgot the name of the book, but I'm going to talk about that book later on this week. And that book talks exactly about this. And it's not a long book, but it's a nice book. If you're wondering what I got in the mail, I know I had ordered several things in the mail, but I couldn't remember what I had ordered because I ordered so much stuff. Ironically, I forgot to order the light. So we're going to have to do with natural light for a little longer. But I did order something. If someone is a good person, that's it. Exactly. And good, decent people come in every race, every color, every creed, every belief. I just, I feel conflicted about what I should do right now because of everything. This is what I got in the mail. I want to see it. Sorry. You're going to be here for this because I want to see it. It is pretty. I'm going to put this to the test against Jawbreaker. Because it reminds me of Jawbreaker. I'm going to try to make a look on both eyes. One eye with Jeffries and the other eye with this. I'm very conflicted right now. And, you guys know that usually when I get conflicted like this, I will go ahead and I will come live because I can, get some clarity. But today's not working. I mean, nothing is working. I don't know what to do right now. Cops shot a black EMT to death here in Kentucky. She and her guy were sleeping and police raided the wrong address and shot her. Yes, I know. And in Canada, this girl fell out of her balcony, but there were 8 cops there and nobody could stop her from jumping. I don't know how I feel. And here's the thing. I feel like if I don't stay on social media, I'm a traitor. On the other hand, if I stay on social media, I'm going to go right back to the same depression I had less than 2 weeks ago. And I don't want that. Because you like it, Lily? Good. Because I can't go back there. I just can't. I have wasted so much time and energy trying to get out of that hole. And I feel like I'm going right back into that hole. And I can't. I have to walk away. I mean, I've walked away. I was about to have an argument with a friend of mine and I just walked away. And I've never done that because I'm always cool with a fight, especially if I know I'm right. And I knew I was right. And I had just gotten there. And I just went ahead, turned around, got in my car and said bye. And I left. And that never happens. So I decided to change what the topic of the MetamorphosisRox video was going to be just because I saw something on social media that bothered me so much. And it is related to this whole thing. The Aviddiva video, I'm still going to keep the one that I thought I was going to make. So that will come out soon. And, another reason is because I need to empty my computer from all this junk that I have in here. Because my computer is slowing down and I need to get rid of all the screenshots and whatnot. But it's hard. And I want you all to understand it's okay if you can't be on social media all the time because this is just so much. I mean, it is what it is. Facebook of me screaming about this has crickets. I don't know. Yeah, it is a lot. You have work, you have the virus. I mean, in my house, there's two people working. They're already talking about bringing them back to the office, which already puts me in a state of high alert because I don't think we should yet. I think they should wait another month to see what happens. If you watch Beauty Heathen, she did this whole video about how the pandemic in 1918 came back. And then I did a little bit more research. It came back twice. So they had 3 full-blown incidents, one after the other. And it's just a lot. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about, independently of how you feel about looting and at the end of the day, you know, when you sit there and you see the Amish protesting, you know this is big because they never get involved. They never do. And the reality is, at the end of the day, you have a police force that is obviously covering up for their officer because they had the goal to say, well, he used to have a drug addiction and he has, what is it? Underlying medical issues. We all have underlying medical issues that would be exacerbated if somebody put their freaking knee on our neck for 9 minutes. The question is very simple. Had he not had this idiot's knee on his neck for 9 minutes, would he have died? Probably not. I'm sorry, that's all the evidence I need. For a coroner's office or any other officer to say that there is not enough evidence that that knee on his neck caused his death, you're an idiot and you need to go back to school. Period. It's ridiculous. Oh, it's going to get worse before it gets better, definitely. I have no doubt of it. It's still at 2.5 and it's going up. It's going to go up because remember what I said in the beginning. All the protests, and I'm not against protesting, by the way, but the reality is that everybody's going out and protest and forgetting about the Rona. That's going to bring a second wave. I thought the second wave was going to come out as states started to open. No, it's going to come now. And to me, that's really scary. I have 2 people in this house with, what is it called? Underlying medical conditions. So I cannot afford to have anybody in this house with Rona. Hey, Ming, this was an impromptu and it's about to end in about 5 minutes. But yeah, but it's staying up because maybe somebody will leave me a comment and tell me something that will spark an idea that will get me out of this funk because I'm really like, once he was cuffed, the subject was neutralized. At that point, get him. That's what I thought, Frog. That's what I thought. And you know, it's really funny because some people think this is either a race issue or a political issue. It's neither. I have friends that are ultra conservative Republicans that are like, he was neutralized. Why'd you do that? And I have friends that are liberal to the point where I don't talk to them either because they're too liberal for me. And they're like, no, it was justified. No, it wasn't. You're an idiot. Sorry. No, there's no justification for you to have. And I've had people, because by the way, I have not watched the video because I refuse to watch that video. But I've had people that have said one thing, watched the whole video and go, oh, no. I don't need to see a video. I just saw the look on the cop's face when he had his knee on the guy's neck, and that's all I need to see. Exactly, Lily. When you have 2, and I've seen 2 already, 2 police officers go live on social media saying that is not a maneuver that you learn in the police academy. That is not something you should do. And like I said in the beginning, their job is to serve and protect. Guess what? They're supposed to protect the people they arrest too. Sorry, you didn't do your job. You deserve to get fired. You deserve to go to jail. Unfortunately, they're going to get him on third degree because first degree would be harder to prove. I don't know if because every state is different, but in Florida, they could have gone for first, second, and third and just tried to basically see what sticks. But I guess in their state, they could only go for one. I don't know. All I know is Disney opens next week. I'm terrified to see Disney open next week because I have friends that have to work their essential services and they don't have the same protection that I do, that I don't have to go outside. So, yeah. Said they don't have to serve and protect. They said they have to enforce the law. Yeah, but here's the thing. Hopefully this will make them reconsider that, you need to stop this, because I'm sorry. And I have seen a lot of police brutality in my day, and I don't mean like personally witness it, because if I probably would have gotten killed myself, because I would not, I would start screaming or something. I don't know what I would do. But I have seen enough incidents of police brutality to know that no. If you cannot enforce the law without being a complete douchebag or a killer, you shouldn't be in law enforcement. Killing somebody should be something that is left for really bad situations with somebody that has a gun and is shooting at you. If the person is not putting your life in danger, there is no need for you to kill them. I'm sorry, that's the way I believe. It's the way I was raised, and I had friends that were cops back when I was younger, and that's the way they believe. Frog, the problem with the bad apples and the good ones is that after last night, they all got the bad reputation. When you are a big dude and you push a woman that is half your size to the floor so hard that she bounces off the floor, ends up in the hospital with a seizure, you're not making your friends look good at all. And the bigger problem with the police department, and this is true for any place where you have a union, unfortunately, teachers come to mind as well. When you cover up for the bad guys on your unit, you're part of the problem. And I'm telling you this as a person that has family members that are in the police, that are involved in police and stuff like that. I'm sorry, but if you know that the guy that is in your squad is abusive and you don't say anything and you don't make sure that the guy is not out there hurting people, you're just as bad as he is, because you're covering for him. And that's a problem. Do I think there's good cops? Yeah, everywhere. Unfortunately, they're getting drowned out by the bad guys. Yeah, Frog. They were walking down the street, and in this video I actually saw, so nobody can tell me, oh, that's not what happened. I saw it, so I know what I saw. She's walking. The cop is walking towards the big group of people. I don't even know if she was going to join the rest of the people or if she was just walking away. She was just walking. And he's gigantor. For what I understand, he's an ex-Navy SEAL. And he just pushed her so hard, because he could have pushed her and just pushed her out of the way and told her, no, you stay here. No, that's not what he did. He pushed her so hard that she fell on the floor, bounced, and her head hit the pavement twice. Because when she bounced, she hit it again. And the last thing I heard, she was in the hospital because she had a seizure. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Yeah, and I don't know what, I think it was Texas or somewhere, they were telling the cops to turn off their body cams. That's a bad idea too. Because if you turn off your body cams so that people don't see you abusing people, first of all, it looks guilty as fuck if you do it. You're just proving that everything that they're saying about cops is true if you turn it off. Number two, if something happens to you, you have no way of proving it because your camera was off. And let's get real. When you have different angles, you see different things. So if people are filming you, but your body cam is off, it is what it is. As long as history of spouses reporting the abuse. Oh, I saw one of the people that is being accused of starting riots, one of the cops. I think his wife went on social media and showed the images of her getting beat up by him, and they didn't do anything to him. And that's a big problem. Now, that's a big problem in many places, not just the cops, but it's just, it's a lot. I'm going to try to stay as far away from social media as I possibly can today and tomorrow. This is not going to end today or tomorrow, but maybe after a couple of days, I might be able to digest it a little better because it's a lot. It's really a lot. I don't know. I mean, you guys need to stay safe because this is a lot. Yeah, but the Cleo, what happened is that the state was the one who told them to turn it off. So they're not going to get in trouble if they do. So, but I will tell you, if you can stomach it, stay alert. To remember, tomorrow is the blackout. I mentioned the blackout and I didn't say what it was. Tomorrow, Black Twitter is asking for everybody else to shut up and just let Black voices be heard. If you post, what they want you to do is repost those voices so that they get amplified. Now, we all know that some people are not going to pay any attention to that. But if you're going to be on Twitter, make sure you share the petitions and the fundraisers. Make sure that the fundraiser that you're sharing is a legitimate fundraiser and not somebody trying to take advantage of the situation, because we've seen what that does. I can't remember who asked me why I took the live stream down. Somebody was talking on the live stream on the chat, and they asked me to take their stuff out, and I was trying to take the live chat out so that you had the live stream without the chat, and I couldn't do it, so I had to take the whole thing down. If I figure out a way of having the whole thing without the chat, I probably will, but if I can't, then it's staying gone. There was nothing going on that one. We were just having fun and talking about shadows and the future of the channel and stuff like that. So it was, you didn't miss anything. I mean, the shadows were pretty though, especially the Mel Cosmetics ones. They were gorgeous. I'm going to start taking all the palettes as I get them, and I'm going to do swatches, and I'm going to post them on Instagram and on Twitter so you can see them. But again, I'm still a little conflicted on how I'm supposed to proceed, because I feel like if I proceed with business as usual, I'm being disrespectful. On the other hand, if we don't find pockets of levity around the situation, it's just a lot. So I have to think about that. I really have to think about that. Anyway, I'm going to go because I've been talking for 45 minutes. I love y'all. I'm going back to bed because, as you can tell, I didn't even brush my hair this morning. I just came and, it is what it is. I know, Beauty. I know you're having the same issue, and all I can tell you is hang in there, girl, because we'll get through this. I mean, it's temporary. Hopefully something good comes out of something really bad. It's the only thing I can tell you. I love y'all. Be good to each other. Stay away from mess. And if you need to take a day off for mental health, do it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.